Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you? How you doing? My name's John O'Casson from the Warm and Toasty Club. This is our Online Memory Afternoon, episode 41. Oh yeah, lockdown free. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're keeping well. It's a bit so-so here in Colchester. The sun is not shining on us today, but we'll get through whatever happens. We've got a lovely show for you lined up. What have we got, Jono? I hear you cry. Says nobody. We've got Memory of the Week. Our Memory of the Week, this one to think about while we have a chat in a short while we carry on. What was the first record you bought? Do you remember the first record you bought, or the first record someone in your family bought? Who was it? What was the song? Do you remember that? Did you buy records? We've got the retro raffle, of course. 3 questions, very EastEnders infused this week. 3 questions and 3 virtual prizes. Lovely stuff. We've got a video from next week's guest, AD Johnson. The man AD Johnson will be appearing here from 1 o'clock, well, about 1:30 next Friday. We've got a special guest for today. The lovely Matthew Crampton is with us once again, playing his lovely songs and singing and chatting. Ting-a-linger. We've got Vintage TV Show of the Week. Oh, yes. I think they're big hitters for you to judge on. Vote for your winner. Of course, we've got a poem from Jeanette Lyons of the week. Talking of Jeanette Lyons, let's welcome her and Mr. Tom Hardy fourth. Hello, hello, hello.
Hi, everyone. Hello. Is it still, is it too late now to say Happy New Year to those new people that have joined us?
No, you can say
it. What is the date? 15th.
15th, you can say that. I usually like
the last day.
Yeah, probably the last day, and then we'll just say Merry Christmas every week until then.
Getting ready,
getting in there early. Yes, Happy New Year once again on the 15th. How are you, Jeanette?
I'm marvellous.
Yeah,
been a lovely week. Very good. My sister came back, so that's nice. She's back from St. Lucia. I missed her. But so yeah, that's nice.
That's good.
Yeah, it's just pretty good, really.
Are you I like your hair. You've come straight from PE, have you?
I have, yeah. I finished PE. I did trampolining today, and it was very good.
Very nice, very nice. How are you, Tom?
I'm fine. Sorry, I was muted. Were you at St. Trinian's?
I was actually, yeah. I won't stand up, but I have got a skirt that is tied around the waist with my tie, obviously, that's missing.
Oh, yes. Obviously.
Yeah, and I've got a hockey stick in the
corner.
It's not around here,
is it?
No.
No, it's all going on today, isn't it? Over at Jeanette's. Hello, darling.
I wish. Lockdown and all that. Nothing's going on here.
That's a lot of information there, right there. You're okay, Tom?
I'm fine. Very well.
Good. You're looking marvellous. I can see you're bald, and I can see your nice guitar in the background.
Did you say you can see he's bald? That's what it sounded like.
I can see.
No, I can see he's blackboard.
Right.
A reflection chamber, or whatever they call it.
I was really shocked that you would say that to him, and he's not either.
No.
Just showing off with all your hair.
Oh, no, I wasn't saying he was bald. There's a blackboard behind him. There's also a computer from the 1979, I think, there as well.
There was, yeah. I can't.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Blimey, look at that.
Retro iMac.
It's a retro iMac. Wow, that's worth at least 10 quid now.
2 quid, maybe.
2 grand, more like. Hello, Christine. Hello, Elmi. Christine says, hello, Jono. Hello, Jeanette and Tom. Lovely seeing you all. It's lovely kind of guessing we're seeing you. I kind of when somebody says their name, I get a picture of them in my head. and it's I'm just thinking Chrissy and Brian, so innocent.
I know what Elmy looks like now. I
Yeah.
met her the other day.
And Jeanette sent me some pictures the other day, and I'll put them up at the weekend. I should have done them in the week, Jeanette.
Should have done.
Naughty, I didn't get round to it.
You had other things to do. You're a
I'd have
busy
things
man.
to do. It's amazing how many things you have to do in lockdown if you look after the Warm and Toasty Club, I think.
Yes.
But there's
Thank
lots of
heavens
other
you do.
people being busy, aren't there? You know, people being getting on with things. Keith Glynn Baker says, buy 2, get 1 free. Oh, what one you getting free though, Keith? Think on, son. He says, Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. Me neither.
Queen Bohemian.
I'm lost.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
It's the question of the week, the memory of the week, isn't it?
Oh, I tell you
Well done,
what.
Tom. One of us is awake.
Keep up, you two.
I know.
Can we start again?
Yeah. With doing memories and that, it's amazing how bad our short-term memories are, isn't it? Really bad.
I'm surprised you can remember your record. Yeah.
Hello, Kim. She says, hello, everyone. Hello, Irene and Colin. He says, hello. She says, Irene, it was lovely to meet Jeanette this week when delivering the picnic goodie box. Thank you all from Irene and Colin. Thank you, Jeanette, for doing that. And you're very welcome, both of you.
What a lovely couple. They're dancers, and apparently in lockdown they practice dancing in the garden. And they've been together for so long, and they're just wonderful. Really nice.
Yeah, they're a great couple. Really nice people.
And Elmy was so, if ever there was somebody that she was just really wanted to hug.
Oh, yeah.
She's a hugger. She told me that. And it was so frustrating. And and I've said that as soon as I can, I will go round and I will have a glass of wine in her garden.
And
so people are so kind and lovely. And it is so nice to meet everybody, new people, but also just to see the people I haven't seen for ages. Really nice.
Yeah, I know. Really, some big hugs are going to be overdue. I'm worried that we'll squash people when it's all done. Steve Brady from the USA says, good day, my warm friends. 340 days till Christmas. Hurrah. Christine, I know it was Pat Boone. Can't remember the name. Oh, we're going to get to those in a minute. That's going to be the memory of the week. But first, we have to do the retro raffle. It's the retro raffle. It's coming to your screen. It's the retro raffle. Never has been seen. It's the retro raffle. Well, it's coming to your screen. Oh yeah. It's coming to your screen. Retro raffle, Facebook.
You better believe it.
Yeah.
Is that what we're going to change the jingle to? You better believe it.
You've never seen anything like it in your life.
You're scaring me, Tom. Don't do that. Back off.
Well, again.
So I mentioned at the beginning, the retro raffle this week is sort of EastEnders infused in terms of the questions. I'm going to give you 3 questions. How many fingers have I got? I've got 3 there. Can't really, all twisted. I'm going to give you 3 questions, and they're all EastEnders questions. So, gosh, I hope you. And they're really modern EastEnders. And the first prize, basically, I was looking at sort of things on the telly this week in the 1970s. And in the 1970s, my dad used to, after we'd had a joint of meat, he would have bread and dripping. And that's what's available to you today. And when I say it's available to the person that gets the right answer, what I mean is you supply the bread and you supply the dripping. But we're giving you the ideas here. This is good, healthy food for the winter, apparently. It gets you through. I used to shudder when my dad would have it. Oof.
Yeah, I'd never had it. I mean, I'd heard my mum and, they always ate it. And then I went to Germany and I ordered a pint of beer or whatever, German beer. And I said, could I have some food? And he said, yeah. And we have this, which is a local snack. And it was bread and dripping.
Wow.
And actually, it was very nice. Yeah.
Does it always have to be beef dripping? Because I had in celebration of Lorraine and Jade's return from St. Lucia, we had lamb chops the other day, and there was quite a lot of fat on them, and so that was kind of rendered off. And Lorraine kept the fat in a bowl, and I'm wondering, is she going to serve me that? Can you have lamb
As a pet.
dripping?
Maybe she's keeping it as a pet.
Lamb, a lamb dripping pet.
Did she put it in the fridge?
Yeah, it's in the fridge in a bowl with some cling film over the top, but it looks very white and smooth.
I
But it's
worry
from
about that.
lamb,
Now.
It's not from beef. So
Well,
is it okay?
maybe anybody out there can answer that question. Does it have to be? Does your dripping have to be from beef? And do you need some? Because Jeanette's sister's got some in the fridge in case.
It's
So we
another
could use
prize. That's another prize.
Pardon? What
It's
are the
another
prizes?
It's a bonus prize, yeah.
Yeah, supply your own bread
Yeah.
and plate.
And you also have to supply your own salt. Apparently, I've just
Oh,
heard.
it's salt. You got to put
You
salt.
put a bit of salt on it.
No, no.
Yeah.
I'm going to have some later, and I will report back.
Don't. I used to be. Don't eat that, Dad. Don't eat it, Dad.
It's just fat, like butter, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, it's not quite like butter.
No. It's now the smooth operator.
It's less
Doesn't-
processed, surely. I don't know.
Yeah, my sister, my sister Brenda, she remembers it. Yuck, she says.
Oh,
Elmi's never had it.
No.
Irene says can remember turkey dripping with salt. So there you go, Jeanette. That might have answered the question.
anything really. Just something that drips off of an animal.
I
It's
think
going to make me vegetarian, I can tell.
I think dripping is just dripping, isn't it? You could have you could have lamb, you could have goose
Right.
or whatever. Yeah.
Goose,
What
you're
we've-
so posh, Tom.
Yeah, you're
Well,
right.
goose fat, isn't it? I mean, maybe she's going to put
Oh,
potatoes in the lamb fat.
I
think
had
you
that
mentioned
one year at Christmas. Got hold of some goose fat and was doing some putting onto potatoes. Oh my God, that stuff you never ever get it off you. If you
Oh.
get it on your hands, it never ever comes off. It
It's
took
still
about
there.
3
I
weeks.
thought you meant on your waist.
Oh well, that as well. And it didn't even taste very nice. Personally, nah.
Right.
A little bit of olive oil. I'm an olive oil with my potato man. You know,
You're healthy.
I'm so healthy. It's untrue. But
And
you
you're-
look at me, you wouldn't know it. But anyway,
On the-
questions
on the inside.
on the inside. And another tip: if you do have lots of dripping over, get it together. Don't throw it down the sink. What we do is you get the kitchen roll once it's dried, you get it all out of there and put it in the bin. There we go. These are life hacks for you.
I keep ours, although we've not had a lot of meat lately. We've been very sort of veggie.
We
Yeah,
have.
us
We
too.
have.
But when we did, keep the fat and then put it on the fire when it's outside. We have a fire pit, so we use it to start the fire. outside.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
really? I thought you was going to use it because you go swim in the channel or whatever.
But that as well.
I
Down the
must admit, when
cone,
I
we
sorry.
go down the river. I cover myself in fat, leftover fat, and
Yeah.
swim up and down for a few hours. Yeah.
Bad Bob taught me that when you go camping, he always takes a kind of barbecue thing with him. And that when you wipe anything, when you wipe your griddle or your frying pan down with kitchen paper, you put that aside. And that's exactly what he does, Tom. He uses that to start fires and
Yep.
Wow.
fire pits and
He's a
stuff.
fire starter. Is that Bad Bob? Is he a friend of Dirty Barry?
I don't know. He's never mentioned Dirty Barry.
Okay. All right. So the first question, you can win the opportunity to own that bread and dripping. But remember, you're supplying the bread and you're supplying the dripping. So think on before you answer this question. A multiple choice. Which of these jobs did Lofty Holloway have? He was a character in EastEnders. I believe he's not in it anymore. Which job did Lofty have? Was he A, a taxi driver, B, a soldier, C, an adult movie star, or D, a bin man? Yeah, I don't think Lofty's in it anymore. I think he's moved on. I think he does podcasts about Arsenal Football Club, possibly.
Was he called Lofty because he was very tall, or was it a kind of joke because he really wasn't very tall?
He lived in a loft.
Ah, that as well.
Yeah. Lived in a loft. I don't know the answer to that question. If I knew, I would tell you.
He wasn't short, was he?
No, he was tall, and I think that's why he was called it.
Look,
Probably.
people are saying bin man. Everybody.
Come and get your black bin bags on offer till November. Sorry.
Marie was saying use your lard to make fat balls for the birds.
I just saw that.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. What else do you put in that then? It's just fat. I haven't got anything else.
Seeds. You mix it with seeds.
I have seeds for breakfast every morning on my cereal, toasted seeds.
Oh, you'll have to
I'm
go
not
without
going to
your
waste
breakfast.
them, and they're very expensive.
Go without your
Yeah.
breakfast one morning so the birds can eat. That's
Oh
what
my
I said.
goodness.
Yeah, that's the rules.
With seeds.
That's the
and
rules.
salt
Don't
carbs.
use goose fat though to do it. You will be there for weeks trying to get that stuff.
I haven't got goose fat. I've only got
Right.
lamb
And it
fat.
would sort of be a bit like cannibalism as well, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah. Oh, birds eating bird fat. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Sorry, Conno. We're
let's see what the
still-
answers are.
Move on,
we're
move
struggling to get away from this.
I'll tell you what, bread and dripping it'll keep you going for weeks in conversation, if not in substance. Let's see what people have. Elmi's never had it. Brenda doesn't like it. Irene says you can have turkey with salt. Quintin Porter from the US of A. Does your dripping have to be from beef? Sounds like a lyric. Hey, it's a song coming at you quite soon, Quintin. Marie says you could use dripping to make fat balls for the birds. Jeanette's already said that. We've covered that. Christine, she's on the game. Christine knows what we're talking about. She's on the question. She thinks Lofty's job was a bin dustman. Brenda says bin man. Elmi says bin man. Keith says adult movie star. Kim bin man. Carol bin man. I'm not saying they're bin men, but Lofty is. Ray says he left to play a part in Ain't Half Hot Mum. Did he? On stage? Lovely boy, you lovely boy. Brenda says he was tall and skinny. That's why. And nobody's got the question right. Absolutely nobody's going to be getting any bread and dripping. You lot, no, you were all wrong. It was actually, the answer was B, a soldier. What jobs did Lofty have? He was a soldier at one point in his life. There we go. That was his backstory. No bread and dripping for you kiddies.
Get some.
So yeah, Jeanette can get some. She also can get some afters if she gets it right with this question. In the 70s, also there was a lot of this around. This was like a delicacy in Hackney where I grew up. It's called an Arctic roll. Have you heard of it? Arctic roll?
I've heard of it, but I've never tried it.
You've never tried it. You never lived.
Oh my God, Jeanette.
You've never lived.
No, we didn't have pudding when I was little.
Where have you been?
Oh, she was poor, Tom.
Okay.
They didn't have
yeah.
Or we didn't
I
have
remember
pudding.
now, yeah.
If we did have pudding, it would have been a pie my mum made with apples and
It would have been lard pudding.
It's lovely stuff.
You
Here's
can
a
make ice cream with lard.
You didn't have to cool it down in the fridge. You just like let it set and then give it to you on a little cone.
This
Sorry.
was the Arctic roll, of course, was the working class dessert of choice in the 1970s. Actually, other than jelly, it was probably the only choice that you had, with a bit of ice cream, of course, inside or outside. So the question, what was EastEnders based? Sorry for you guys over in the US. You probably won't know these ones so well. You can just play along for fun. We can't send an Arctic roll over to America. We just can't keep it at that. Actually, we could put it in with one of the vaccinations and keep it at super low temperature, pack it tight, get it over to you for the vaccine. What was Paula? What? I can't even talk most days. What was Pauline Fowler's job? Multiple choice. Was it A, a bus driver, B, a sewing machinist, C, an international assassin, or D, a laundrette assistant?
I think she was on the buses before going on to EastEnders, wasn't she? So I might go for bus driver.
On the buses, the programme.
Oh,
Oh, right.
how did he go? What was the one he used to say?
I
Blake,
am you. I
I
hate
hate you. I hate you, Butler. I hate you, Butler. Yeah, I remember that. Let's see what people are saying out there. Brenda says, "Phew, no dripping. Thank goodness, you're right. But she loves a bit of Arctic roll on the side. Let it slide."
They all deliberately got the answer wrong, didn't they?
I think that's what they did.
For
They
that.
just didn't want to eat it.
I
Sandra
thought-
says, "Hi all." Hi, Sandra. Sandy, as we know you. Chris C says, "Love it." Probably Arctic roll. Kim says it's one of my favourite desserts. Nice. It's keeping it going. Elmy
after
says
curry.
the fam loved Arctic roll. The famalam, is that Elmy? The famalam. They love their Arctic roll. Keith's going laundry assistant. Kim laundrette to answer the Pauline Fowler's job. Brenda's laundrette assistant. Jenny is D. Jenny Lithgow, the former queen, reinstated queen of the retro raffle scene. She's going D, laundrette assistant. Who else have we got? There's so many answers coming in. I can't even keep up.
Was she not a store assistant? Didn't she work in a department store with John Inman?
Are you being served?
Was it Miss Brahms or something? Was it?
Yeah, I think she changed her name, but
Yeah, she was. That was early Pauline Fowler years, wasn't it?
that wasn't on your list though.
That wasn't on the list. No, that's only for you, Tom, to know that because you're clever. Did people get the answer right? Damn straight they got the answer right. Pauline Fowler's job was a laundrette assistant. I think most of you got, if not all of you. Ray says Grace Brothers. Yeah, that was the early version. You're right there, Ray. So you all get that Arctic roll sent to you in a special frozen package. Not by us. You have to find someone. I think they're called Iceland, and they'll do it for you at a small charge. Thank you.
Do you think Iceland still do Arctic roll?
Probably.
Say definitely, Tom.
Old stock from the 70s.
Old stock. I bought some old 70s stock from them before. It's very nice, very nice.
It'll be tiny nowadays, though, won't it? It'd only be half the size of the old Arctic roll.
I tried it. We had it at a show a couple of years ago. I don't know, probably 3 or 4 years ago now. And we served it in the break. And yeah, I don't know if we bought a Moody lot from the 70s, but it wasn't fantastic. But it was all right, you know. Sorry, Tom.
I was thinking I might make my own. Quite fancy.
I think you're the type of man that can make your own Arctic roll and make a success of it. Get a little stall.
I don't know about that, but I might have a go.
Yeah, I think you could get a little stall down because that's allowed in lockdown. You can have a little stall if you're selling Arctic roll. Apparently, I saw the government. Yeah, in a market.
Yeah, I could do deliveries.
Do deliveries. That's how wonderful. What a wonderful idea. Now, as we were on television in the 70s, we've gone all out and we've bought you this. We're bringing you this 1970s televisual set.
Like Tom's behind him.
Yeah, it's like Tom's behind him. It's just a little bit
Computer,
slightly bigger than Tom's one. And to win that television set, the opportunity, I should say, when you get it, you might get a little bit of a bill if you start using it from Rumbelows, because there's a bit of money owed to Rumbelows on it, or it might, I can't remember if it was Radio Rentals, and there's no 50p stuck in the little side bit that you put the money in to make it work. Somehow they've disappeared. I don't know why. I don't know how. The question, EastEnders based, gone crazy with EastEnders this week for no apparent reason. Which character would you occasionally ask, "Have you seen my Willie?"
I think that was Jeanette, isn't it? I think Jeanette.
Jeanette in lockdown.
Yeah.
I haven't got one.
But that's why you're asking for one. A is the answer A, Dr. Legg, B, Phil Mitchell, C, Ethel Skinner, or D, Dirty Den Watts?
He sounds likely.
Sounds like Phil. Have you seen my Willie?
Oh, I think you're Dirty Den. Maybe he's a friend of Bad Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bad Bob, Dirty Den, and Dirty Barry.
Barry. Who is Dirty Barry? Is it a friend of yours, Jono?
No, everybody knows Dirty Barry, didn't you? No, I don't know. I think it was from Only Fools and Horses, to tell the truth. They're showing them on Netflix now. You can watch them all day long. I'm quite happy to watch old Only Fools and Horses. Quite good. Very nice, very nice. Anyway, the question: which character would occasionally ask, "Have you seen my Willie?" Was it Dr. Legg, A, B, Phil Mitchell, C, Ethel Skinner, or D, Dirty Den Watts? Here, Ange, come here, Ange. I can't do an impression. I don't even remember what he sounded like. Leslie Grantham walking around the place. Let's see. Sandra is going C, Ethel. Tony's going Ethel. Hello, Tony. What else we got? Brenda's going Ethel. Steve Brady says DM the winner. DM the winner of the image of a TV set. Yeah, we can message you an image of the TV set. Steve Brady says the Willie Police. We are. That's what we like to be known of a Friday afternoon. Kim says Ethel. Carol says Ethel. Christine says Ethel. Jenny says Ethel, the former queen, reinstated queen of the retro raffle scene. Of course, you are all right. Now we're going to have a raffle to see who wins the actual TV. I mean, God, what are we going to do?
I think Keith said it's Dot. His first answer was Dot. So
It was Dot.
Dot Cotton, yeah.
Dot Cotton.
Got any fags, Ma? She's still in it, Dot Cotton.
I don't know.
Is,
I know
they
the
all
actress's
are.
name is June Brown.
June Brown, yeah, smokes a lot, doesn't she? What about Lou Beale? She's still in it?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. What about Wellard, the dog, the Alsatian dog? Is he still in it?
Oh, that was the
Changed
Shout
it a
Boy,
few
wasn't
times,
it?
I think. Yeah.
What about Dean Gaffney? Is he
That
still in
was
it?
the guy that had the dog.
He had Wellard, didn't he?
Yeah.
What about OzCab 5? They still looking for OzCab 5? Who knows? We'll work away how to get that television to you. Possibly, maybe, probably not. Thanks for taking part. Now, my lovely people, we have a video for you. We're going to get rid of me, Tom, and Jeanette for a minute and welcome onto the screen from a performance at an actual memory afternoon. Do you remember those folks? Memory afternoon in person, physical memory afternoons. This is what we used to do. This one was back a year or two ago. It was at Greenstead Social Club. And it was Mr. Adi Johnson. So I'm going to get us off and let Adi do the talking, perhaps do the singing.
Bye bye. Saw a scoop of fishes swimming in the coral sea. So the tall hands make some wishes, needs the sky and paint will be a come look baby. And the fishes in the sky. Oh, maybe it's a sign for you, but soon we're way bye bye. While the humpback is singing on the other side of Earth, and his giant flute is crashing down on the facing island, suddenly singing, baby. a lovely afternoon, won't you? Whatever you get up to. Thank you so much again, John O'Connor.
Oh, he plays that like it owes him money, doesn't he? He really does it with flair. What a talented guy he is. And he'll be with us next Friday from 1. We're here. He'll be here about 1:30 onwards, Mr. Adi Johnson. And it was nice seeing that at the back of the heads, I saw Sandy, I saw Jan the Nan, I saw Carol, Gwen, Sue, all lovely
Chrissy,
people.
Janice. There's loads
Oh
there.
gosh, yes, all of them. He'll be on next week. Keith says, last time I watched EastEnders, Mary the Punk was in it. Oh gosh, yeah,
Oh,
Mary.
I
the
remember
Punk.
her. Yeah.
I remember Mary the Punk. She's not still in it though, is she? She grown up and she's had 4 scraggly kids or something. I don't know.
Mary the grandma.
So we'll return to the memory subject, Tom and Jeanette. And the memory subject, what was the first record you ever bought? Tom, do you remember? Do you remember?
I sort of had a quick thought about this, and I thought, no, I can't remember the actual record, but I remember buying a cassette album of The Who. The one with all the dots on. Do you know the cover of that?
I don't know. I don't know any of their covers. It said Sept Quadrophenia.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. No, but The Who. Something.
The Who.
I should have looked it up, shouldn't I? That would have made a bit better conversation. But yeah.
Did you not have advanced warning?
Nobody sent me anything.
Well,
I'm sticking to that.
okay, that's fair enough.
And we didn't have a rehearsal this week, did we?
No. Yeah, The Who, an album with dots on the front.
An album with dots.
Yeah, Join the Dots. You know, yeah, that used never done
Normally, Duncan would be here and he'd probably be able to
Where
answer that
is
music
Duncan?
question. Where is Duncan? Every day we ask ourselves, where is Duncan?
He'd be watching on catch up. And
The Who by numbers.
The Who by numbers.
Join
well
the Dots.
remembered. Or did you Google it?
No, I
Well,
didn't. I just
No,
remembered.
he just remembered it. He's got a good memory, unlike me and you. But can you remember back to your
I
first
remembered
record?
what the question was earlier.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, top marks for that. The first record I ever bought was a single because that's what children buy, and it was Kate Bush, Wuthering Heights,
Oh,
which I really liked. Still do.
early years, Kate.
Yeah. Well, I'm quite old.
It's me, a cafe, come home now.
It's really funny when if my daughter puts it through. If we're in the car, she puts her iPhone through my Bluetooth so it plays in the car stereo. And she's got all kinds of stuff on her Spotify lists. And something like that will come up. And it's bizarre that she's kind of anything I've ever mentioned, she's obviously looked it up and kind of stored it somewhere.
Oh, done a
So
bit of
she puts
research.
all this lovely stuff on that I like. And she'll put that on, and her and I will squeal our way through it in the car. Thank goodness. It's in the car and not where the neighbours can hear.
Lovely bit of Kate. Mine was ELO, Living Thing. It's
Oh,
a
that was-
living thing. What
You
a
must be my little
terrible
brother's
thing
age,
to
because that was his
do.
first record, and I remember it.
Yeah, he's only in his late 20s, is he?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever turn that record over and play the B-side?
Yes.
And then there was a bit at the end that was recorded, and it sounded weird. And I had in the Danset record player, you could just turn it backwards, and it had a backwards message.
We love Satan. We love Satan. What was it?
I can't remember what the message was, but nothing horrible. But
No.
there was a message if you played it backwards, and that was on the B-side of Living Thing.
Yeah, I remember it. And as you said it, I'm cursing that I don't know the name of what the song was on the B-side because I normally do. It was a 7-inch single that I bought, and I can't for the life of me remember it. But I do remember that bit at the end. There was a few records that did that, wasn't there? They kind of like
I
a
think
false
Beatles
ending.
one, no?
Yeah.
Don't know.
That was mine anyway. ELO. First record that Jenny Lithgow bought was Plove. Or is that? Am I not seeing the eye there? Glasses.
Well, that's a good idea.
old mate.
It's you.
Piov. How'd you say that? POV. POV. POV.
Don't know.
I don't know. I don't know them, Jenny. Don't know them at all. bet they made brilliant music though. Tony
Absolutely.
says, first record I remember buying for myself out of paper round earnings was Start by The Jam. Oh yeah, I love that. Went to Petticoat Lane on a Sunday morning. Song went to #1 in the hit parade. Or as Gary Crowley used to call it, the Dirty 30. I built that as well, Tony. We were like minds. And I probably also went to Petticoat Lane. I did for sure, but I don't know if it was on the same Sunday morning.
I think it probably was, yeah. I think it probably was the same. We walked past each other.
Yeah.
didn't we?
Oh, I didn't notice you, Tony, because I only met you like 100 years later. Steve Brady said it was the Beatles. Yep. Good, solid choice. My brothers, my older brother and sister, Steve and Brenda, who's out there, she says it. First single was Beatles, I Want to Hold Your Hand. I remember playing their 7-inch Beatles singles. Years later, we had one of those, like Jeanette says, dance set, but it was called an Elizabethan. It was red and cream. And you'd press the thing and the arm would go across. You could line up about 6 records all on top of each other and they drop down one at a time. And
sometimes you had to put an old, big, huge penny on top of the
to weigh it down.
The needle to hold it in the groove.
Yeah, that's true. I used to play their old 7 inches of Beatles. Carol says, I think mine was Let There Be Drums, Sandy Nelson. Love the drums. Oh, okay. I remember Let There Be Drums, but I can't remember how it goes. It was probably quite drummy, I'd imagine.
I've just Googled POV, and I don't know if that's
the band.
That's the name of the song, and the band was Jovanotti. That's what came up.
Oh, was it POV, nice piece of cake and a nice cup of tea. Dum dum. No, I don't think it was that one, was it? Jenny? No. No, anyway.
Maybe not that band because that was 1994. That seems very recent.
Like Brenda, Sandy says that hers was also the Beatles. And Brenda says the record player that I discussed, the Elizabethan, it was mine originally. Passed it on to you all. The Elizabethan. Thanks, Brenda. I'll tell you what, we got so much fun out of that. It lasted years and years, and I wish I still had it. It's just a great thing. Jenny Lithgow says POV was the song. I can't remember who the single was. Singer, Jeanette's already said it. POV, nice bit of cake and a nice cup of tea. There was a dance routine after that, and it's really nice.
The one I was in Italian when I looked it up.
Oh, was it?
It's an Italian song. It's
Quanta Costa.
Apparently, POV means it's raining in Italian.
Oh.
Raining in my heart. Irene says, I used to go to Petticoat Lane with my dad on Sunday mornings. Can remember Nat King Cole, Unforgettable, being played.
Yeah. Petticoat Lane, Nat King Cole.
Yeah, he used to be down there every Sunday. Come and get it. Get your fresh bananas. Got some nice tomatoes. Come and get it. Unforgettable. Go on, sing a bit, Nat.
Yeah, your unforgettable bananas.
Yeah. My bananas are unforgettable. I have often walked down Petticoat Lane before, but the pavement always stayed beneath my feet before. Go on,
I remember the Christmas song Gertrude. Was that one of his?
Yeah, Gertrude.
No, the Christmas song Gertrude.
Oh yeah, that was an early Nat King Cole, the Nat King Cole trio. That was
At Christmas.
At Christmas with Nat and the trio in Petticoat Lane, selling vegetables. Jenny says no, Jono, a ballad. Sorry, Jenny. I'm gonna look it up later. We can't play copyrighted music anymore because Facebook stop our broadcasts. Otherwise, I'd go and find it and put it on, but we can't. So we're just imagine it. We can, though, welcome. Thanks for those memories. Keep them coming in. If you remember, we can welcome a very patient young man by the name of Matthew Crampton. Where is he? Matthew, are you there?
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. You've got your radio voice on again.
I have. Jono, you're on fire today, Jono. You don't need an entertainer. You're singing songs, telling jokes.
See you later, Matthew. Thanks for coming on. No, I'm not on fire. I was up late last night, very late. I was up till 3 a.m, nearly.
Wow.
That's late. That's late even for me.
Yeah.
It's January is a time of self-employed tax return receipt gathering.
What an exciting life you
What
live.
an exciting life! I can't believe it. Anyway,
I've just been shouting at the screen for the last half an hour watching you. I mean, everything you Arctic rolls. God,
Arctic
I
Rolls.
remember them when I was a kid. At school, when it was Arctic roll, I was so excited. I can't believe it. Jam and ice cream. I had a very exciting youth. And then, and fat. All your long talk about dripping.
Mhm.
Guess what? My friend Anne, who is 95,
Wow.
said to me the other day, come round. And I did. I went round to her place the other day. I didn't go in because of distancing. And she gave me a big bag of goose fat, which I brought home and I rendered. And I've been rendering goose fat this morning. How about that?
Rendering is that
What are you gonna
is
do
that
with
legal in this country?
It's like uncooked fat. And then
Okay.
you heat it up and it goes clear and then you can cool it. And it's called
Wow.
rendering. And then I can use it for my roast potatoes. How about that?
Is that
Wow.
like rendering on your wall, putting stuff on your wall?
You
Yeah,
never
some of it would probably be the right consistency for
Use
that, I think.
insulation, maybe.
Matthew, can I ask you, have you ever got a bit of it on your hand?
I did. I don't remember having the same problem as you.
Yeah, I had it on my hand and it was like so hard to get off. What am I going to do with this? I can think of something.
Maybe in some past life you were a domestic fowl or something, or a goose, and it was a sort of memory of that.
I'm certainly a foul. I know that much. Yeah. Can I ask you, Matthew? Could you turn yourself down just a slight tad?
Okay.
Because your voice is so seductive that I don't want people to be sort of like too seduced.
Well, let me try. I'm now talking. Can you hear me? Is this the right level? Is this too
That's
low
perfect.
now?
No, that's not too low.
We won't swoon quite so much.
Oh. Hey, I've got exciting news, right?
Tell
in 5
us.
minutes' time,
Yes.
no, in 1 minute time, at 1:45, my mum is having her first vaccination, which is great.
Oh, that's wonderful.
She's in Cheshunt in Hertfordshire, and she's very excited. We're all very excited, of course. Anyway, so that's my mum, Jill, having her first jab.
Oh, good luck, Jill. Hope it goes well. You don't get to know what one that you have, do you?
You do.
You do.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
AstraZeneca. Blah, blah, blah.
Emma's dad has got an appointment sorted, and they told him which one it was. It was the Pfizer one.
Oh, it's the Pfizer one.
Which is the one that you've got to keep frozen? that
I
the
can't
Pfizer
remember.
one?
No.
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the Oxford one is the one
The
that can be not so cold.
The
Yeah.
AstraZeneca one, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, I've got. I'm having one at Wilco's. They do their own one. It's meant to be good. Their own versions, and then after that, the second one, I'm down at Liddell. You heard the upmarket shop Liddell?
Liddell, yeah.
They're doing one.
You get it on a piece of sugar.
Yeah, and you have to take it, up the what do we call it? Right, Matthew.
How do I follow that? Is that what you say to them? Actually, I've got to say earlier, Ray mentioned Lofty from EastEnders. He suggests he went on to It Ain't Half Hot, Mum, and you all went a bit blank. But maybe you'll remember it if I do this. I say, why do you whisper green grass? Why tell the trees what ain't so? Whispering grass, the trees don't need to know. Now do you know what he means by Lofty?
Yes. What was the guy's name?
But he's
Yes.
the wrong Lofty.
Was
It
it
was the short.
It wasn't
guy.
the same guy. It was the same name.
Winter
Yes.
Davis? And what was his name in real life? Was it Don?
Don Estelle.
Don Estelle.
Oh, clever Ray. He was being really clever, and we were just like, oh,
Yeah, we're really dim.
But
sorry,
Ray,
Ray.
someone is following your wisdom, Ray.
Yeah, you know.
I was going to read some more comments, but we want to hear you sing. So
Oh, that's what you say now, but you won't be
Yes.
saying that in 5 minutes.
I know we can always cut you off halfway through. It's not very good.
And then blame Facebook.
Not again.
Let's give you the screen, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get out of the way. This is the lovely Matthew Crampton.
Good afternoon to you all. Today, I think a bit of country music and a bit of classic country music. I'm going to go back to the 50s, and this is Jim Reeves. Do you remember Jim Reeves? He's one of my favorites. Gentleman Jim, as he was known. Had a lovely baritone voice. So I've got to bring my voice down a bit now to try and sing this. And let's see how it goes. So see if you remember this song. Oh, put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low. And please tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Whisper to me, tell me, do you love me true? Or is he holding you the way I do? Oh, love is blind, make up your mind, I've got to know. Should I hang up, or will you tell him he'll have to go? You can't say the words I wanna hear when you're with another man. Do you love me? Answer yes or no, darling, I will understand. Oh, put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low. And please tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. And please tell your friend there with you, he'll have to go. Thank you.
Very nice, Matthew. Very nice. Actually works really well, your voice in country Jim Reeves style.
Do you like it?
I love it, lad.
Wasn't too loud.
Who did the original? It wasn't too loud.
No.
Who did that song originally?
Jim Reeves. Jim Reeves, Gentleman Jim.
I was bang on the money. Cool. Who knew that?
Yes.
Um,
And that was a tribute that went out to my friend Billy Felton, who I used to spend a lot of time with up in South Uist, although he's an East End guy, who hates Jim Reeves more than anything else. So I always sing songs and tribute them to him.
Oh, bless you. That was lovely, Matthew. Thank you very much.
Glad you liked it.
Glad you
It's
were.
totally different from what's coming up later, I warn you.
Well, we like a bit of variety. That's why we're here. It's a patient game for you. So sorry, but we're going to do a next feature and we're just going to say goodbye to you and see you in a tick. Thanks for being there and singing that lovely song. There's his hand waving as he goes. Thank you, Matthew. I just want to read a couple of comments before we go to the next piece. Brenda says, did you used to go to Club Row, Johnny, where they sold puppies and kittens and loads of animals on stalls? Yes, I did remember that very much, Club Row. Petticoat Lane and all there, birds, monkeys. Oh, they just had all the animals in the world. Irene says her first record was Tommy Steele, Singing the Blues. Yeah, remember that one. Chrissy says another one was Michael Holiday. Yep. Steve Brady says the fat is Goose Brexit. I don't know what that means, but it's political, so we can't discuss it on this show, Stevie. Tony James, Brenda, yes, I remember the Club Row animal stalls too. Jenny Lithgow. Sorry, Tom.
Jeanette's so disgusted she's run off. Look,
She's legged it.
yeah,
He's legged it.
cool.
Jenny Lithgow says, my husband is going for vaccination this afternoon. Good luck, Jenny. Good luck to your husband. Hope it all goes well. I don't think you feel a thing, actually, they say. So I hope the vaccination goes well for your husband. Keith says, buy two, get one free. Sandra says, my daughter's having hers this afternoon. She's a carer. Again, good luck to her. Sandra, hope that goes well. Keith says, how sad. Never mind. Lovely boy. Christine, lovely Matthew. Should mention these when he's back on. Great song, Matthew. Says Brenda, haven't heard that one for a long while. You have a good speaking voice too. Should be on the radio. There you go, Matthew. I know he can hear me. We can't see him at the moment. Injection, says Sandra. I thought that was the name of the first song she bought. Injection, it's such a mystery. Injection. No. Carol says, great song, brilliant, Matthew. Very nice. Matthew, says Elmy. And Kim says he can hear me, so it's all right. We're having back. I just wanted to read these comments before we go on. Kim says, lovely, Matthew. Jim Reeves was always played in our house growing up. Happy memories. Bless you, Matthew, for bringing those back for Kim. I like to read the messages because the show is about you as much as it's about us being silly on screen. It's about the community and keeping us all connected. And I want everybody to feel part of it because you are part of it. It is now time, once again, for the second Vintage TV show of the week.
Vintage TV show of the week. Vintage TV show of the week. I know you love it. I know you want it. I know you need it. You're going to vote on it. Oh, yeah.
Love your jingles.
I like that you look even more like you've come from PE now, Jeanette. Was you cold?
I've got a hoodie on. I am cold, yeah. I don't know what's happening here. I think Lorraine's stopped. She's working at home now, and she must have stopped for a cigarette and gone out and opened the kitchen door or something.
Parky, as we used to call it.
It's cocky. So I've got a nice, big, huge cup of coffee, so that'll warm my hands up.
Good, and you're extra
Carry
tall,
on.
which is nice. So 2 shows this week. You choose which one you prefer. The first one in the Vintage TV show of the week is Some Mothers Do Have Them. Do you remember that one? It's a British sitcom created and written by Raymond Allen and starring Michael Crawford and Michelle Dotrice. It was first broadcast in 1973 and 1975 and initially ran for 2 series, including 2 Christmas specials in 74 and 75. After a 3-year absence, it returned for a 3rd year series in 1978 and a one-off special in 2016, which may have been for like comedy relief or something like that. And was David Beckham or someone like that in it? I don't know. The series follows accident-prone Frank Spencer and his tolerant wife, Betty, through Frank's various attempts to hold down a job, which frequently end in disaster. The sitcom was noted for its stunt work performed by Michael Crawford himself, as well as featuring various well-remembered and much lampooned catchphrases that have become part of popular culture, such as "Ooh, Betty, I done a whoopsie in me beret." I'm doing that in the actual voice of Michael Crawford. Who's going to see the Queen on Christmas Day then? And Jessica, can you see the Man in the Moon?
Oh.
Can you do an impression of Frank Spencer, Tom?
No.
Hallelujah. Do you remember this show, Tom? Did you watch it at all?
I think people are going to really hate me because I used to hate this show.
Oh, Tom, see you later.
What did you not like about it?
It was just rubbish, wasn't it, really?
I don't know. I just remember my mum laughing her head off at it. And I think I got all my enjoyment from just seeing my mum laugh so much. It was lovely.
Yeah,
So
my
it
parents.
just made me like it.
Yeah, my parents used to laugh at it. I just used to go upstairs. So.
Tom Hardy says some mothers do have them are rubbish. I just
It's
don't know
not
if I ever get over that phrase.
I must admit, though, they didn't. Nowadays, if something's a success, they have lots and lots of series. I know that because I've just watched something called Suits, and there was 9 series, but there was only 2, and then they came back years later with another one. So you know, I don't know what they gauge as success. Just having 2 series, maybe. Don't know.
Viewers.
Yeah, but
No.
they just wasn't, there were so few channels back then. You watched that or nothing. And yet they only had that few series. They must have had so many good writers and a lot of prolific comedy writers that they were able to put lots and lots of new shows on all the time. Whereas now all we seem to be getting are reruns of stuff.
That's true, but also I guess someone like Michael Crawford went on to sort of have even more success in different things, including on the West End and on Broadway, didn't he? Did you? So you liked it, Jeanette? That's the biggest cup in the world she's got there.
I know. This is my new big cups. I really like a big cup of black coffee, and I like these cups so much that I have tea in them now and everything.
You're headed.
Yeah, they are really big. That big mixing bowl. It's
Really inadequate.
Yeah, some others do have it. I wasn't that big a fan as such of the actual comedy, but I did understand that he did his stunts himself, and I do remember being completely wowed by him running. And I think he might have had roller skates on. I was holding the back of a bus, and then of course the bus would go round, and he'd go off the other way. And being aware that he was doing that himself, and that there was no stunt double. And that was quite impressive. But like I say, it was mostly because my mum really loved it and would laugh so heartily. And it's nothing like your mum laughing like that, is
There's
it?
nothing like it. And that really rings true with me. I think it was the first time I really remember my mum doing massive belly laughs.
Yes,
And
exactly that.
it was just so magical.
Yeah.
And then my sisters too would laugh their heads off to it.
Yeah.
And whether it was great or not, it was just that really stuck with me. And it's sort of like, laughter can do that, comedy can do that. It's just fabulous for that. It just made all of the family feel good, even though it probably wasn't the greatest thing there ever was. But
in the same vein, I remember seeing my mum, like you say, belly laughing at that. But where I really noticed it was in the Norman Wisdom films. We would all watch them as a family and really enjoy them. But I guess once again, that was probably just enjoying our mum belly laughing. So that's all grouped together for me.
Yeah, we watched them as youngsters or years after they were made. And then I watched them again when we had a family years later, but got a box set. Keith says, I'm really disappointed. Jeanette's bottom half wasn't St. Trinian's. What a porcupine. His eyes follow you around the room, old Keith. Tony says, I've got to go. The cat's done a whoopsie on the carpet. Yeah, which is echoed by Keith. Christine says, some of us do have them. Love Michael Crawford. I have all the DVDs. He's a lovely singer as well. Yeah, Phantom of the Opera and Ting-a-Linga. Brilliant in Phantom of the Opera, says Irene. And Elmi's just putting down. She's not even waiting for a second choice. She's going with some others do have them. Well, let's give you a second choice. Let's take Michael and Michelle off there. And let's bring in a second choice is George and Mildred. George and Mildred. Now, I'm told this really was popular. I enjoyed it. It was a British sitcom produced by Thames Television and was first aired in 1976 and 79. 5 series of this one. 5. It's a spin-off from the show Man About the House, which was really good. And it starred Brian Murphy and Eupha Joyce as constantly sparring married couple George and Mildred Roper. The premise of the series had George and Mildred leaving their flat as depicted in Man About the House and moving to a modern upmarket housing estate in Hampton Wick. Their arrival horrified their snobbish neighbour, Geoffrey Formile, a middle-class estate agent who fears the Roper's presence will devalue his house, his home. I remember his son. Does anyone remember his son? Next door neighbour, he was called Tristan, little kid. He had glasses. He was well cute. Do you remember that, Jeanette? George and Mildred?
I kind of vaguely remember it, but I don't really remember watching it. So probably not one of my mum's favourites.
Oh, okay. You, Tom, is that one for you?
I think I'll leave this section of the show and go out and then come back in a bit later, maybe. I don't know.
You didn't like it. Hang on. Was he in prison and he was allowed out from prison to film the show?
That's
what I remember.
I think that was in prison.
I'm allowed out now just to film this. No, I'm pretty certain that might have been the case.
That's
So,
a great bit of trivia if it's true.
well,
No doubt.
I might have to look on the Google.
You have to go on the Google, yeah, and check
Well,
that
but I've
out.
also got to count up people's, when people.
Oh yeah, you can't go on the Google just yet. So, does anybody out there like George and Mildred? I know there's people close to me that do. I see what people are saying. Colin loved Norman Wisdom as Mr. Pitkin. Sandra's saying her choice is Some Mothers Do Have Them for her. Still, Elmi's still going to stay with her choice. She wasn't wooed by George and Mildred. Rosanna, sorry missed you today. Could not get connected. So disappointed. Sorry that you're not with us, Rosanna. Best wishes to you. Marie says Some Mothers Do Have Them is my vote. Funniest episode is the Christmas tree disaster. Hilarious. Yes, I seem to remember that one. Keith, Some Mothers Do Have Them. Sandra didn't know that about probably George or Brian getting out of prison to film an episode. Carol's going George and Mildred. George and Mildred, love. George and Mildred, there's one coming in, love. There's somebody else who likes George and Mildred. Carol, my good. Thank you, Carol, says a voice from the other room. Christine, of course, Michael Crawford, but she loves them both. Kim's going Some Mothers Do Have Them. Keep them coming in. Keep them coming in. The choices are Vintage TV Show of the Week, Some Mothers Do Have Them, or George and Mildred. And if you've got any suggestions on what you'd like us to cover on Vintage TV Show of the Week, Tom's disappeared. He was like so fed up with it. He's gone. If you want to make some suggestions, and that includes Jeanette and Tom, if they want to make it. In the interim, I'm going to welcome back. I'm not going to welcome back. We're going to carry on. They're having a little bit of technical issues at the moment. He's coming back. Are you back there? Can I speak to the Aoife and call upon Matthew Crampton? Are you available? Yes, I can see you, Matthew. I can see you. Can everybody else see Matthew? There he is.
There he is. My camera just failed, but I'm back in the room.
He's back in the room.
Different hat too. Look at that.
Oh, do you like the new hat?
Love it.
Love it. It's new. It's red.
Yeah, this is because I'm going to be doing something a bit different now.
Okay, I'll tell you what.
Is it? Can we guess?
Yeah, guess what I'm going to do now?
Is it something from Aladdin?
Aladdin Trouble. That's what I am. No, I normally do medleys.
Yes.
Well, I thought I'd do a medley for you now, but I'm not going to sing. I'm going to tell jokes. I'm going to give you a medley of bad jokes to see you through this grey January day.
Thank you. Sounds very interesting. Let's give you the screen. We'll get off the screen and say Matthew Crampton and his medley of jokes.
Why, thank you there. I got some very sad news for you. I hear, I was walking through a rough part of town the other day and I got beaten up by a local gang. They're called the Hokey Cokey Gang. The first thing they did, they formed a circle around me and they linked their arms. They put their left leg in. They took their left leg out. In, out, and they shook me all about. And when I went, oh, they went, the Hokey Cokey. And I thought to myself, that's what it's all about. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I'm going to get as many bad jokes as I can into 4 minutes. I love the smell of freshly ground coffee. It takes me back to my grandmother's kitchen and the hours we spent trying to sober her up. I was brought up in a grocery shop. It was a very good business until the day my mum sat on the bacon slicer. Then we got a little behind with the orders. My wife spends her time looking through the window. I suppose sometime I'll have to let her in. Oh, I didn't get that one right, but we get on very well. Just the other day, she said to me, I love you. I said, is that you talking? Or is that the wine talking? She said, no, it's me talking to the wine. Thank you very much. So I was in a bar the other day This is pre-COVID, of course. And in walked a bear. And the bear said, "Give me a whiskey and a soda." And the barman said, "Why the big pause?" And the bear said, "I don't know. I was born this way, I think." So prior to that, I was in another pub in Glasgow and I was hungry. And there was a sign above the bar and it said, "A pie, a pint, and a piece of advice, all for £1." So I went up to the bar and I said to the lady, "Oh, I'll go for your special offer, please." And she went off and she brought me a pint and she walked away again. And I said, "Excuse me, what about the rest of it?" And she brought me a pie, but then she walked off again. And I said, "What about the piece of advice?" And she leant forwards, looked at me closely and said, "Don't eat the pie." Now, look, I went to the doctors the other day and I said, "Have you got anything for persistent wind?" He gave me a kite. I said to him, "I can't stop singing the green, green grass of home." He said, "Ah, you have got Tom Jones syndrome." "Is that common?" I said. "Well, it's not unusual." I then asked him, "Can you give me something for my gout?" So he gave me some pills. And I said, "Viagra?" He said, "Yeah, it won't help the gout, but it might keep the duvet off your toes." Outside, I bumped into a friend of mine. She was very upset. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Oh, it's the big C." I said, "No, cancer." She said, no, dyslexia." Now, while you're thinking about that one, do you ever hear of the dyslexic devil worshipper who sold her soul to Santa? Knock, knock. Dishes. Dishes who? Dishes Sean Connery. One joke left. That's all, folks. Then you're free. Now, I bumped into my cousin Charlie the other day. Now, Charlie is always boasting, and this was no exception. He said, "Matthew, you will not believe what has happened to me. I am the luckiest man that's ever been." I said, "What now, Charlie? What's happened?" He said, "Look, I'm living every man's dream. I'm going out with twins. Double the loving, double the hugs." "Charlie, that is wonderful," I said, "but I've always wondered, how do you tell the twins apart?" He said, "I've got a foolproof method. You see, Nancy is a bit of a moaner, whereas Nigel smokes a pipe." That's it. That's the end of the medley. Thanks, folks.
Bless you, Matthew. Bless you. It must be incredibly hard to do jokes and you're not getting any response at all.
It's impossible. I have a lot of imaginary friends and they're all around the flat just going like this. But no, you're right. It is. I don't think I'll do that again. It's very, very difficult to do it.
I think with those sort of jokes, you're going to need a lot of imaginary friends, to be honest. Let's see what people are saying. Oh, they're still voting. Oh, another vote's come in for George and Mildred. Woo!
I saw that the other day on TV. It was on Talking Pictures or something like that, George and Mildred.
Love Talking Pictures.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
What a great channel. It really got some classic films and some that you've never seen before. You need to see.
Yes.
It's a great antidote to the lockdown, actually, to sort of like just lose yourself in some of those films for a while.
And they're all B movies and C movies. So
yes.
I love going back to films from the 50s and the 40s with all sort of incidental stuff about life at the time, which is nice. Fascinating.
It's nice. And it's also, if you see parts of, say, London or areas that you know, for me, where I grew up, seeing them years before you were even born. Oh, that's how that used to look. It's really nice. Jenny says she had to go and see my husband into the car. He's watching George and Mildred now. Didn't know what Freeview channel. So there you go. Off another one for George and Mildred. Matthew, you are a lovely man. You're very patient with us because it's hard for artists to come on here and have to wait and sit. And you either watch the show or you potter along and do other things. So
I
thank-
enjoy the show. You guys are really cooking. This is fun.
Well, Tom said it the other day. The show's a bit like an old fanzine, sort of put in a show form. It's sort of like it's a bit zany and a bit silly, and the wheels could fall off at any minute. But that's kind of part of the fun.
But that's
They probably do. We don't notice.
that's the comedy gold that you've got, and it works beautifully and it's evolved over the last year of your 42 episodes, that you're really comfortable together and that you can kill time in a very humorous way and a very enjoyable way, but also a very inclusive way, because it's lovely getting all the messages and people feel included in what you're doing.
Thank
Yeah,
you very
it's
much.
about-
That's so kind
yeah,
of you to say
That's
all
very
that.
kind.
That's
Thank
lovely.
you. That's
Have
very
you got
nice of
money?
you. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I come back?
Yeah, next week. Yeah, it's lovely keeping people connected and just being in touch with people that you have known through doing the actual memory afternoons, and and you care about, and you have a sort of a good relationship, and also attracting new people. We've quite a number of people on here, Matthew. We've only met from doing the online memory afternoons. They're a lovely group, just really nice. And I always think if we can just switch off the noise of the day, and that noise may be silence, or it might be just the onslaught of news that's bad. Just if we can switch that off for a while and people are into that, then come along and join us. And you suggested before, and I'll mention it again, you suggested about maybe people could send in messages. And I did suggest that last week, but we've not had any response. I may have suggested it last year as well. If anybody wants to send in messages, it was Matthew's idea. He's copyrighted it.
Just send us a fiver for everyone that's put on. No, it's not, because people don't often realise you've got a camera obviously on your phone, and if you learn how to do it, you just quickly record yourself saying something, just 20 seconds of something fun. Send it in, and it would be lovely to watch people talking about things.
Well, let's look at the comments that echo what you're saying. Matthew is talking a lot of sense. I feel part of the group. That's from Jenny Lithgow.
You are part of the group, Jenny.
You are Jenny Lithgow, the former queen, the reinstated queen of the retro raffle scene. She's a big part of it. And she also said, I laughed, Matthew.
Thank you.
Carol said, well done, Matthew. Christine said, love Matthew. He's so much fun.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm waiting to see that side of him, but I'm sure it's going to come soon.
Well, what side?
Sorry, I know you're up for a laugh. So Kim also says,
that was a joke. Oh, right. I see.
Hey, double.
Hey.
Spin it. Let's spin it. Kim Saunders, the lovely Kim, says, made me laugh, Matthew. Thank you.
Pleasure. Well, I'll be making a dance later, because my last song today, if inshallah I get to sing another one, is a dance song.
Wow. You're covering all the basics today, aren't you? All the bases and all the basics.
Variety.
That is variety.
Yeah, to me, entertainment is variety. Maybe I've got a very short attention span, but when I see a show, I love a show that's got lots of different things happening.
Yeah, well, that's us. That's our live shows when we used to do them at the Arts Centre. There'd be little kind of a menu of little acts, one song off, something else, a talk, a video. Yeah, it's kind of based on that old
musical.
Yeah, musical. Very much so, but from home in a lockdown, just having a laugh amongst friends. And actually, I do actually quite like Tom and Jeanette. So who knew such things? Lovely people.
Maybe you could all dress as St. Trinians next time.
Please do.
And before you go, no, that's a big no. I'll do the George Cole part, maybe.
I've got Jeanette's skirt on. But...
Oh, have you?
My skirt. I couldn't find it. I had to put jeans on.
Yeah,
Perhaps I could do Alistair Sims part, maybe, but it's a real push for me, being a Cockney geezer.
Margaret Rutherford.
I definitely couldn't do her. She was one of a kind. Jenny says, thank you, Matthew. We're not that technology savvy to record something. Oh, well. Anyway.
It's not as difficult as you think. I mean, my mum is doing Zoom yoga at the moment during lockdown, and she could never do anything on computer, and she's worked out how to do it. And anything's possible.
Anything's possible. That's a really lovely thing to say, and an inspiration. It won't count, but what would you have chosen out of Some Mothers Do Have Them and Georgia Mildred?
Some mothers do have them because I love that tradition of physical slapstick humor.
Yeah.
Which it's marvelous, and it's very difficult to do that, and it does it well. And like you mentioned, the Norman Wisdom, and it's interesting if you compare the two shows, they've both got a central character who's a bit of a simpleton and always causing terrible problems around him, but he's very lovable.
Yeah. Heart of Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, very true.
Very tight-fitting jacket, as I recall. Always jackets done up, single-breasted, slightly tight.
Yeah, very much so. A bit, that's how I wear them actually, but it's not meant to be that way because I've got a weight issue. Thank you, Matthew. We'll see you in a moment or two. We'll be back for one more song, dance song, in a short while. Okay, so Jeanette, over to you.
Okay.
With the vintage TV show of the week. I can't imagine what it's going to be.
I think you probably can. And the winner is Some Mothers Do Have Them.
Yes, Georgia Mildred got 2 votes. No, she's gone. Well done to only Fools and Horses.
Only Some Mothers Have Them.
Only Some Mothers Do Have Them. Well done, Frank Spencer and Beth. I was hearing a banjolele in the background there, and I realised I hadn't muted. I thought it was coming in my head from somewhere, and it was I hadn't muted Matthew downstairs. He's down there. Well done. Some Mothers Do Have Them. Love that.
I think the right show won.
I think the right show won. If you've got suggestions of what you want covered, what you want us to talk about on Vintage TV Show of the Week, we're going to run with it for a while until you say maybe try something else. So if you don't like it, say I'm not really keen on that feature, and we'll change it to something else. But if you do like it and you have suggestions of vintage TV shows, do let us know. Make a comment. And we'll try and feature them.
Somebody suggested one to me the other day, and of course, with my memory, I've forgotten what it was. And it was a good suggestion as well. I'll try and remember what that is and get in touch. And if the person watching,
thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing nothing.
Because I can't remember what your suggestion was.
I know. I mean, we're really bad examples. It's an online memory afternoon, and we're terrible, aren't we? Like,
it's a lack of memory afternoon,
memory
loss afternoon.
There's a nice comment from Jenny. Although, sorry, Tom.
No, just loads of people are putting these up. So yeah, go
on. Jenny says this show really is a godsend during these lockdowns. Thank you, Jenny. These, not those. And that was a thank you for your comments. You're very welcome, Jenny. You're a new friend to the show and to us, me, Tom and Jeanette. So thank you for being there. Ken DeLu, the infamous Ken DeLu, Ken Saunders, lovely man. He's suggesting One Foot in the Grave. Oh yeah, I like that one. Tales of the Unexpected. We watched that the other week.
Against
Twilight Zone.
Because Keith's given 2, isn't he? That's quite good.
They would go together, yeah.
Twilight Zone versus Tales of the Unexpected. Nice. Christine says, thank you for a lovely afternoon. Been feeling down this week, feeling much better. No. Oh, Chrissy, we send love to you from the heart. It's our best, strongest Colchester love we're sending to you, and you know that Colchester love is strong. We hope you have a better week this coming up and a nice weekend. Sandra suggesting Star Trek. Skinny Boy Tunes. Hello, Skinny Boy Tunes. I had a tune from you the other day and it was very funky. They're suggesting 40 Towers. We were thinking about that. I wasn't sure what people were thinking about here in Woman Toasty headquarters. So that's a good one.
40 Towers against One Foot in the Grave. That'd be quite interesting, wouldn't it?
Tom, you've got that on record now. People are going to be looking for that. Yeah, let's see.
And you've got that. Could you remind us about it at another time?
Because we don't have a proper memory.
Remind you about what, Jeanette?
Exactly. Welcome to the online memory afternoon, everyone. We are bad examples. We're just showing you how not to do it, how not to remember things. yeah, anyway, we can do more of those. Thanks for the suggestions. Thanks for being there, for being so lovely. We're glad you're here. We like you. Now we have Miss Jeanette Lyons, and she's going to be doing her poem of the week.
If I remember where I've put it. Hold on. It'll be here somewhere. Got it. Sorry. I should be a bit more organized. You always spring that on me. I never know what's coming next. So this poem